Peace, y'all. Welcome to Virgo Virgin Talk. This episode is on the power of the Aztecs. So we're going to talk about the Aztec culture. Last episode we did the Olmecs. I'm just waiting for Goddess to pull up on us. And I was wondering. Oh, last time I was able to.
They just will not allow me to join video.
I gotta figure out what that is. Are you able to turn your camera on this time?
Live access needed to go live on video. As a guest, you can go live on audio. I don't have access from them.
Oh, okay, so you need what you need? Like a certain amount of followers,
I don't know.
okay. So you just gotta reach out to TikTok because they actually do respond when you need help with something. Peace, y'all.
PCs to another episode of Virgo Virgin Talk.
Something we have to do after this.
Huh?
I said if we remember, that's something that we have to do after this.
Oh yeah, on top of the many different things that we try to remember already.
Right. Peace, y'all. Thank you for the screen. Today we're gonna talk about the Aztec culture, the Aztec tribe. Last episode we did the Olmecs. It was a great episode. We had a great time here. This time we're gonna do the powerful Aztecs. This tribe particularly was a lot more what do you call it, like warrior centric, army militia centric than the Olmecs.
Yeah, I would say so. Also, they were creative with technology as well, and with their calendar system.
Noise going on back here. Is that me?
They had a pretty advanced society. For
Right. I believe they were like rising during the 12th century, and they ruled Central and South Mexico in the 15th and 16th century. Uh, I got that the Aztecs came from the word Aztlan or Aztlan. I don't know. I got an American enunciation of letters, so excuse me, please. But it means white land or land of white herons, like the birds or the place of the herons. They were big on the birds, hummingbirds, eagles, herons. They like the birds. The hummingbirds actually were like supposed to be like the spirit of their warriors, which was pretty interesting.
about the original name was the Mexico. This is where the name. This is where Mexico has derived from. They lived down in lower Mexico. I don't know what they call it.
I can't really hear you that well, and it's a weird like background noise, like somebody is fighting for their lives in the background or something.
What about now? Is it better?
Way better.
I don't know. It's like when I sit this phone up on this stand, everybody like I don't know. I can't sit up on this stand. Then I have to lay it to the side.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's like the air catching in the microphone. But yeah, I was saying that their original name was they called themselves the Mexicas, which is where you get the Mexico from. They never used the word Aztec themselves, but okay. Mm-hmm. Um, they were they were very sacrificial as well, just kind of like how the omelets were. I said omelets. I want to say omelet, omelet all the time. The omelets. But their offerings had also included animals and food and even jewelry. And they were burned and thrown into the lakes for the gods. And they believed like gifting the gods kept the world balanced as well. So they didn't just sacrifice people, um, which was a good thing. You know, you might have been spared.
Weird little sacrificial situations over here.
Yeah. They had multiple deities, and the deities had multiple aspects. They, had dual forms or multiple forms. Um, do we have a picture of their gods up there? Oh, that's the sacrifices. All right. There we go. Now, most of them names I cannot even pronounce. We're just gonna have y'all take a nice glance at it. Lovely Sunshine has moved out the way. Y'all can take a good, nice look at them. I like the detailings of what their gods look like. You know, the colors are nice and bright.
I'm a big fan of the colors.
Mm-hmm. Very colorful, very bright.
So that
Um,
the sun god. See, I don't know how to pronounce their letters. Their letters a little different. They got like 15 consonants, four long and four short vowels, and they use a lot of prefixes and suffixes and compound words and double letters and stuff.
mm-hmm.
So you notice they use a lot of consonants like the CH, TL. You know, that CH is a lot. It pronounces a whole different sound, but I don't know what the sound is. But they do have a sun and word god, which is represented as the hummingbird or the eagle. I got into that already. Wait, let me go to one of it because about the whole daily they believe that the sun god, required blood and hearts on a daily basis,
Mm-hmm.
and they believed in 13 heavens and nine underworlds, which is that's something I would like to dig a little bit deeper into on my personal.
Oh, okay. So they had different heavens. Like in the book of Enoch, we had like three. You had like the different uh I would say different dimensions of heaven or different levels of heaven.
Hmm.
I think it was like three, I believe.
Yeah, I think yeah, it was like three.
hmm So yeah, having to go 13 of them. The
They
highest amount of
considered the
precision.
south side to actually be the left side of the world, which is interesting because we've gotten into the history of the maps, and the maps that the ancient civilizations on this side of the map as we know it, their maps are kind of missing. It's all been about, well, what did the people in Europe and Africa and Middle East and China, what kind of maps did they use? Ours are missing, which is very interesting how all of our literature is missing, but we had a written language. So you got all of our sculptures, you got all the paintings, but for some reason the literature is gone. That doesn't make it's not clicking entirely, but it is at the same time. It's just not what anybody wants to hear.
Mm. Um, they had a detailed legal system. Their law included like written codes, judges, appeals, and even legal representation for the
Mhm.
accused. That was very interesting. Capital punishment was common but regulated.
They was out there beheading everybody like the guillotines in Europe and shit.
Yeah, it was common. Yeah, so I wonder what degree or what I tried to look for, like what would have been a broken law or something like that. Maybe if you didn't gift a god or something, or you tried to summon a god without gifting them or making a sacrifice, maybe that was enforced. Hmm. I would have liked to know like what their laws were.
Let's see. They also still had the same calendar that the Olmecs use. They use the same calendar with the 365 days and the 260 holy days. And when both of those cycles come into an alignment, that's a 52-year cycle. They have I'm just chatting while I look this shit up. They have
Mm-hmm.
four mythical eras. So it's four different suns that they had. They had the water sun, which was destroyed by a great flood. Sounds familiar. They had the son of the earth, which was destroyed by an earthquake. Then they had the wind sun, that was destroyed by a giant, and only Quetzalcoatl, uh, that was the deity that remained and prophesized that was the feathered serpent that was part deity and part like superhero or whatever. Um, that was the only part being that remained and told the other people about the destruction by the wind and then the evolution of humans. But you know how they talk about evolution being monkeys to humans. In
Mm-hmm.
this one, they talk about humans to monkeys. So the monkeys are actually like they were humans,
Mm. That's kind
and
of
then
like a step down, ain't it?
it sound like a what?
A step down, ain't it? Like regression.
Or I don't know because I don't really know monkeys like that, but I guess so. I
I
mean,
mean, they're pretty intelligent creatures or what have you,
do it.
but you know, they don't have like reasoning. They have some logics, but mm,
I think just like a baby or a toddler, if you train a monkey, I don't know what their age mindset, end is. I don't really deal with monkeys like that,
I mean, I
y'all.
don't know. To be
They're
do,
animals.
yeah, they are animals. To be reduced to like having to pick off bugs and off yourself and eat them. I
Yeah.
understand their hygiene, but don't eat that. Don't put that in your mouth. Just on a basic level, of how you will regress coming from a human to a monkey. But maybe spiritually, a monkey or ape is more advanced than we are. Mm.
I think they are because they not into consumerism.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Or capitalist capitalism, authoritarianism. Well, maybe they do have authoritarian type of shit going on though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have that.
They do have a really nice court system, though. If you had like a local dispute, you would just go to the local judge. Then, if it was something a little bit serious, you would go to the somebody that's the equivalent to the prime minister or whatever. That's a different type of court. They call it that one Takali. And then like
Mm-hmm.
if it was super duper big, like they have like something to the level of a Supreme Court, and they only showed up 12 days out of their year with 12 judges. They have military courts.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if you were in a military court, it would be like,
That's
uh,
handled differently.
yeah. And they did apprenticeships to learn trade.
Okay, here in my notes I see it. Um, you can have a fair hearing. Okay, even appeal and decision. Okay, so stealing or lying has strong punishments. Sometimes even death. I'm thinking death was probably the first resort.
I feel like death is the only one. What else you gonna do? Everybody, we need a head every day anyway. Does everybody, oh, you want to go to court?
Yeah.
Like, please don't take me to court. Please. I don't want
Court means your ass was gonna die.
You was gonna die. Oh man, that is trauma for that ass. I don't want to go to court.
Yeah, you had. Yeah, you definitely getting sacrificed at court.
Whatever you think I did, I'm sorry.
That's maybe that's why they say, the saying, you throw yourselves at the mercy of the court.
Mm. Yeah, because you know they at today's time they steal everything and they don't give no credit.
Mm-mm. Let's see. They did auto sacrifice. It was a holy duty, which meant like, sacrificing your own blood, giving your own blood to the gods. It showed respect and loyalty to the gods. People would cut their tongues, their ears, or their skin to offer the blood. So if you go on the court, you just gonna get beheaded more than likely. Probably get decapitated. Oh, well, they had like style. They had a style to like where they held like each one of their limbs, and then someone else, like a fifth person, would come and like stab you in your stomach, or beat you in your stomach and remove your organs. Mm, that's painful.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah, ain't no anesthesia neither to put you to sleep before it happened. They want you alive and yeah, squirming.
Okay.
Yeah. The women, they had jobs. They had important jobs. So women, they were workers back then. Um, they definitely were an importance to society, even though most of the time it was patriarchal. Women had sold food, they made cloths, and they helped in the markets. And some were priestesses and midwives and healers, of course. Look at us. And they
Hmm.
also keep the economy and the religion strong. So, they, I would say that they reinforce the spiritual practices or religious practices. I would say they pass that down to their children and, amongst anyone who were like visitors or what have you. What is this we're bringing up right here?
Oh, this is some more Aztec art. They had hands, didn't they?
Yeah, I like that. I like the
I want that on some
inventions
sweatpants.
and stuff.
Like if I had some all black sweatpants and all the lines was like thick white, yeah, I will wear that. I
I
like
want that on a vase. I want a vase made like that,
these too.
like a clay pottery or something. That's
Yeah.
nice. Greetings,
That would be
Kyle.
that would be dope though, right? Um, as far as what they used to eat, so they used to eat, of course, corn, and they used to have like this ceremony too, where they would make the sun god's like face whatever they thought he looked like or whatever, and certain people would eat that corn, and whoever ate that corn, it was their duty to serve that deity. I think for 10 years. I don't know why 10. It was either 1 or 10, which is a big difference. but I think it was 10 years. But anyway, they ate corn, bean, and squash, chilies, and tomatoes, and they used to dry the chilies. They used to make the seasoning. Yeah, on it. And then they like crayfish. They had like a crayfish type creature that was over there in Lake Texaco, Texcoco, excuse me. Spirulina, which is something that I use today, is something
Mm-hmm.
they also they made like cakes with it. Um, they ate mostly like vegetarian, but then they would eat like bugs sometimes too, like grasshoppers, magway worms, ants, and other larvae. And they also ate fowl, like the birds, gophers, green iguanas, which is interesting. It's a certain kind of salamander. I know this because my kids talk about this. This is like a Pokemon or something, Axolotls or something like that, and deer. And then after a while, they learned how to domesticate turkeys and ducks, and they started to eat them niggas too. Um,
Mm, okay.
They ate wild mushrooms, ill, and and
Yum. I would love
ew,
them.
I hate mushrooms, y'all. There's a mushroom that grows on corn that they ate too.
Damn,
So,
what shroom is that?
ooh, dirty chickens. That's why. Did the let me see. La, 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 la.
Thank you for the like, Hurst.
It's spelled Huitlacoche. I ain't
Yeah.
even gonna embarrass myself.
Hotel.
Oh no. But they did know how to dehydrate the chili, the different kind of chilies that they had into powders and grind them up into seasoning. So they also used cilantro, which is stronger than cilantro. Oh my god, I love both of them, but yeah. Canela, they had white cinnamon. I've never seen white cinnamon before. Um they had their own vanilla, which was like um a little bit better than the vanilla we use today because they made theirs from orchids some kind of way. They made flavored drinks.
What? They had the water packets?
Yeah, they was on it. The Aztecs was on it. Well, you figure they was ruling for up until like the 16th century, which that ain't that's not like super duper primitive when you think about it. And you know what I like learning about like these last two episodes is it makes like the early 1000s and even like the late 900s not seem so primitive. Like these people had like law and order. They had like a restaurant type situation. Like what kind of drinks we about to go drink today and shit.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so they were eaters. It was like New York, it was like Philly out there. They had all kinds of food, all kinds of drinks, like alkaline water. They was on it. They had like lime water, different kind of minerals. They used the holes of the yeah. We were never barbarians. You're absolutely right. They used the holes. You know how we use walnut holes for our stomach and all that stuff like that. They were onto that stuff too. They knew how to pair their foods to get like the different kind of minerals they needed, like iron and calcium, zinc, all that. So they were on that. Like they had regular they had food. All in all, I definitely would love to go to an Aztec restaurant if I, could time travel. That's definitely where I'd be.
Yeah. Um, they used cacao beans as currency.
Ooh, did they?
Yeah.
That's fire.
And guess what? People even created like fake beans to
They
cheat.
got beheaded. They
They
went
I,
they went to
like
court.
you got counterfeit cacao? Like what?
Oh no.
Yeah. Now I don't know what they make them fake beans out of.
I wouldn't risk it. I wouldn't risk it, baby. They out there rolling niggas' heads down, pyramids. I'm good. I'm good. I'd be so sad if somebody paid me in a fake fucking cacao bead and I gave it to somebody else thinking it was legit. Oh my god.
Right. Like you
I'm
should have
so
known.
sorry.
You should have known that it was fake.
I
You
am
don't know a
so
real cacao
sorry.
bean when you see it?
I, listen, I'm legally
They got a
blind.
cacao bean marker, damn it. That
I'll be
changes.
sorry.
That shit turned black. Right up on that little fake ass bean of yours. You should have been educated about that. Speaking of education, all
That is
children had to go to
true.
school. Every last one of them. Boys and girls went to different schools. The commoners learned farming and fighting. If we had to learn how to fight, it was state law.
Hmm.
Nobles learned math, writing, religion, and leadership. Notice that the nobles, the people higher up, learned religion and writing and leadership. Like, so religion was not something that commoners or everyone else could learn. They couldn't obtain that. Hmm. I wonder why is that? I guess also you couldn't question the religion, you know? Just think of everybody, learned at such a young age and then, oh yeah, I don't like this belief system. Let's try to change it.
If you have like a what do you call it? If you're trying to declare yourself a leader and you're trying to have like social control, yeah, you gotta make sure niggas don't go against everything you're talking about. And it's education and religion are the top two Jones to control the people. Because if you control the religion, you control people's fears. And if you
Yeah.
control education, you control people's mindset on the reward system. Like this is a symbol of me doing good or being good. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you control both sides of a person's, mental query or whatever.
Well, do you notice, like, in society, like the higher ups, they don't practice religion and they don't mention anything about religion. It's more so about, money, control, and leadership. It's like the lower you go down in society, the poorest of the poor are super religious.
This is true.
Mm-hmm.
And that religion keeps them submissive to the nonsense they putting up with. It definitely does because they be like,
Mm-hmm.
God got me, I got enough.
Uh-huh. I got God. That's all I need.
They
I
so
don't know who taught that mind. I don't know who brought. I ain't never been brought up with that mindset. I didn't even get that. I never gathered that type of mindset. I never developed that type of mindset, even when I was in, you know, like under the umbrella. I want to say of different religious groups, practices, denominations, what have you.
mm.
I never had that mindset. That's just shit I used to hear older folks say all the time, and I got tired of hearing that.
Will he? Won't he? What
I
more?
needed help with homework one time. My mother was like, God help those who help themselves. I'm like, well, damn.
Yeah, let me tell y'all, I know Goddess personally. She really don't be with the shit. See, that shit worked on me. I be over here meek as shit, like whatever you can give me. She be like, nah, fuck that. Like, nah, we getting the VIP, we getting the top. Da, 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 da. I
We're
be
going
like,
to take it.
we can do that.
We're going to
But
take it.
man,
We're going to take it. Look, don't give me no power, honey, because I know exactly what I'm doing. In fact, I ain't waiting on nobody to give me power.
that shit
The
is
Aztecs
expired.
definitely wouldn't have liked me. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck she thinks she is coming over here talking about she want to learn religion too.
Right, y'all gonna teach me the fuck. Y'all gonna
And
teach me what y'all know, what got y'all acting like that.
yeah, because how do y'all get to that status? How did you pick and choose which ones were going to be nobles, commoners, and leaders? Which ones?
Oh,
I
as far as
suppose.
their like clothes go, they did wear cotton. Cotton was a thing, but it
Mm-hmm.
was like I don't think they really liked to wear the cotton. Cotton was like sometimes tight, and they also they used the magway leaves, and they knew how to spindle it, so they had the spindle spool type situation. They were weaving. It gave it kind of like that burlap sack kind of feel,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what they wore a lot. And of course they had the flowers and the stuff to do the dyes and stuff, but it was that kind of material. The common man dressed in loincloth. It was kind of like those I don't know what they call them, but you know how they have those shorts, those like bohemian looking shorts. So it's like they
Bohemian
learn how to
shorts.
take the cloth, wrap it around their waist, wrap it around their legs, put it in between their legs, and it has like this bohemian, short pant type of look thing. That's what they did. And he also wore something to cover his shoulders, like a scarf or something like that. Thank you. And
You're welcome.
they did have sandals, or they went barefoot, or they wore like like slipper type situation out of the burlap type of. So they had shoes, they was walking around, or they would use the rawhide skins. They had the latest. They had the latest deer skin moccasins and stuff. They did do earplugs, so they would get their ears pierced when they were born, kind of like how we do now.
Yeah.
And, they would get the gauges over time, and they would put like shells or stones or sticks and stuff in their ears. Women wore skirts with like a sash and like a blouse type situation. So niggas had outfits.
Yeah, I can tell by the colors that they have some sense of style, you know, and their feathers and stuff, you know, that they had for their headdresses and everything, and on their the detailing was very immaculate to me. Um,
Oh my god.
Goodness. Um, okay, so with their social classes, right? People were born into a certain group. You either were a noble, commander, or slave. You couldn't change your group unless you became a great warrior. Yeah. Slaves could own property and even buy their freedom, though. So, yeah, they were always slaves. Buying your freedom. Still got to buy our freedom now. They fought flower wars for sacrifices. Um, and flower wars were prearranged battles between city states and to design a capture of the warriors and rather than kill them. It also served as a form of military training, honing the skills of young warriors. Those wars had strict rules and were often fought with wooden weapons to minimize fatalities. So, yeah, the flower wars were to capture the people, but not to take land. So,
Hmm.
mm-hmm. And the captured people were later offered to the gods in ceremonies. uh,
So it's not us, it's y'all. Okay, say that. It's the criminals, and if you come on my land, we about to sacrifice you to the gods. God must have brought you here
uh,
for the sacrifice. Let's help. They're like,
yeah,
okay, you know
yeah,
what?
and they were agreed. They were agreed upon by both sides, by the opponents, and yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
So okay, so it's mutual.
Yeah,
Wow, that's crazy work. Okay.
yeah. Imagine your 18-year-old being drafted into a flower war.
Shift over there. Hey, Mr. Chef. That's crazy. Okay.
Um, they had elite merchants who were spies. They called them the Poktika. And the merchants, they traded goods like jade, feathers, and gold. They love jade. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like the Olmecs. They love jade. They love feathers and gold. And they gathered secret information for the rulers. They had their own laws and they lived in special areas. So they're like CIA.
My bad, y'all. It's the
Mhm.
alarm sounds. It's a different sound for everything.
That's an alarm.
Yes. Every time somebody walks across the living room, that sound is made.
What is it like? People laughing, gathering, or what?
Yes. And
That
then
should have make me paranoid if I was smoking weed.
listen, it's not even that because I know Zeke is in the living room and the dogs are in the living room. It's like, bro, I'm tired of hearing noise all the time. If it's not noise, it's somebody calling my damn phone. Jesus Christ.
Sorry. I try not to call so much.
It's not you. It's the people keep asking me if I'm okay. Like, no, I'm okay. The fuck? You would think I was on suicide watch right now, bro. Like,
You
what
are.
is going on? What is going on? Damn.
They miss you when you're gone.
Yeah, they do, I guess.
Let's
Okay, so with
see.
the women, as far as fashion goes, they wore the two braids, but it wasn't down how they always show you. That's how you know they're not real Indians. They used to actually wear their braids forward, so
Uh
it was
huh.
like horns. And they also had gauges. They did wear a lot of the jade jewelry and stuff like that too. Um, and then yeah, they did have the earplugs. They didn't wear head covering, so they wasn't into any of that. They was like horns or nothing, cause um, of course, the rulers, the military officers, the priests, they had their ceremony dresses. The headdresses had like gold, green feathers. I'm sure you guys seen them in movies and stuff. All these different like dope patterns and the sculpting. They wore jaguar skin as sandals, which is very interesting because we learned that the Olmecs were the jaguar people, and kind of like footwork is a little kind of like why you got my niggas on your feet? What's up? Um,
Mm.
but neither here nor there. I did see some art that we can get into later on when we get into because I do have some information on their military, how they were fighting. But I did find some art where it seemed like they were fighting. Oh, didn't download the picture. You heifers. Where it did seem like they were fighting the Jaguar people. Oh, there go their clothes. There you go.
Okay. I like that Jaguar Jade. Let me get that.
I like this joint right here. I will rock that. That's fire. This is looking real KKK to me,
It does. I don't know what the fuck that is.
But niggas be stealing, so it is what it is. Yeah, yeah. They had
Yeah.
the Jaguar sweatsuit. I like
Okay.
that. I like that. That look like some shit my grandmama on my daddy's side would wear.
What about the one on the end over there? Is that a
This one over
headdress?
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hats at the top, those are headdresses. I don't know what animal they did that to get that.
That look like a I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I was gonna make some shit up, then I was like, I don't know.
Maybe it's an actual human head though, like one of the opponents or something. Maybe that was a style too, wearing other niggas' heads. You already wearing the all mix damn Jaguar and shit. You got the old Mac 32s.
Not the Olmec 32s. Definitely did.
Hmm.
But you know what? The Olmecs came through and flex because theirs had rubber on the bottom. So
Yeah, they did have rubber.
yeah,
Hmm.
we out here bouncing.
Yeah, they had. Yeah, they ain't got done.
They was heavy on the gold. Heavy on the gold. They even put jewels in their shoes. Like the Aztecs was not playing. They was out here to be fly, okay? Um they had a whole bunch of they were very luxurious people, especially people like the ceremonial rulers, in the military and stuff. They like to have stuff. They did use jade, like you said, pearls, rock crystal. When I think of that, I think of like quartz, so something like that. Gold, silver, and copper, of course. And then we talked about the cotton. And the people like they really liked having a caste system. They really liked having levels. They didn't play with that. So like if I had a certain rank, like I'm this, you know what I'm saying? Like they would brag about that. That was a thing. Hey. So that's what they wore. They was not only did they have a whole bunch of food, but they were fly and they wore jewelry. And everybody was having a great time. They did have mathematics. They did have a sense of writing. They did have law and order. They did have a caste system. Them going to the area of Mesoamerica that they were in was actually after the fall. The Toltec Empire was there first, and then they went over there, but they didn't stay there. They ended up going to an island off of the Toxcoco Lake, but initially they were in the Mexico City capital. I don't know how to pronounce it, y'all. I'm sorry. So I don't even want to. I feel like it's disrespectful. But yeah, they did settle around the remains of the Tula Empire, around the Tula Empire at first. Um, they found the island because when the priest went over there on the rock, they did see an eagle eating a snake, which is what they have on their flag today. So that is still something that they hold near and dear to their heart.
Hmm. Let's see. We haven't talked about their calendars yet, have we? They have two calendars.
I had brought that up because they use the same calendar as the Olmecs, right?
One calendar with 260 days, yeah, for religion and choosing lucky days.
Yeah.
Another was 365 days were used to plan farming and seasons. Okay. The priests used both to decide when to hold important ceremonies. Oh, I love that picture.
Isn't it pretty? See, I
It
wore it
is.
too. I love their colors. This one's a little bit more like it shows the letters and the symbols of the different months. I know it's not like super duper awesome, but it does show it. This is also these are the year symbols that are around the calendar. So you know the different symbols for each year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, real pretty. Just a little bit on their alphabet, but I'll keep it here for a little bit.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, so they really had it like set up. Initially they started. Well, this is a guesstimate. They may have started with about 140,000 people, but by like 1519, they had about 5 to 6 million people within the empire, the Aztec Empire. This was like 400 to 500 small states all together. Um,
A lot of people.
yeah,
They had a concept similar to zero. The mathematical system used the base 20 system. Sounds familiar. The
yeah. The
decimal.
Olmecs did it too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they did it as well. And they understood the place value and had a zero placeholder, which was
Hmm.
rare in ancient civilizations.
How's that rare? Because of Olmecs, and I'm pretty sure when we start reading about the Mayans probably did too.
That's what they said. They said it was rare.
They just want us to be think we was dumb.
Because why else would they use zero then? Mhm.
The only thing that's crazy is a religion. But since the beginning of time, like even if you look on the other side of the globe, niggas was always what's the face was about to kill his son. He was about to take his son to the mountain.
Abraham?
Yeah, like so, you
Was it
know,
Abraham?
was it Abraham?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he had Jacob. Okay. Or was it Isaac?
Supervisor.
I think it
Don't
was
get
Isaac. Yeah.
Ishmael.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He had Isaac.
He
Yeah,
was
yeah, yeah,
Isaac.
yeah, yeah. Jacob had the dream coat. And his brothers were hating on him and shit. He was like, yeah, look at my shit.
He was a little dickhead after he got his power. Don't
Yeah.
get he wasn't the squeakiest the cleanest because once he had an opportunity to do the right thing, he was like, nah, let me flex on these niggas. I ain't mad, but in a conversation of morality, nigga, fuck you.
I'm just saying, that's what he did. That's what he
Right.
did. But yeah, they damn sure did that. They said it was rare, but we always who the hell they are to say what the hell was rare.
They don't even
That probably was the thing back then. Like, yeah, we got this new system, y'all. Everybody got to upgrade to it. They just didn't travel, saying wide and far across the whole freaking continent to spread the numerical system or whatever.
they didn't have to.
Mm,
It seemed like they really didn't have to do all of that.
no. What if they did though? What if they did travel like super far?
I think that if we get into like once we start getting into the more northern Indian tribes like the Navajos, they were more nomadic. I would see them being like the information sharers. Like, hey, yo, we was in Central South area, and these niggas. Well, they wouldn't even say Central South. They would have said left because they didn't believe they were South. They believed they was on the left side because to them the map was this way.
They were
Like,
probably right.
yeah, I wouldn't think they was wrong. If the Earth is round, how the fuck you know what north, south, east, west is? Circle. I could turn it anyway and make a cross across it and say this is north. That ain't about nothing.
For
Easy.
sure. For sure, because south could be north, north could be south, east could be west, and west could be east.
Mm-hmm.
At any time, because we constantly moving, right?
Yep.
In which
Fact
direction?
is only an agreement upon a group of people. It's the only thing that makes something fact. If we agree upon
What if we don't move? What if everything else moves around us?
it, that would be boring.
We probably have one climate or something. No, we probably go through multiple damn climates in a day if everything else just revolved around us all the time when we were sitting still. We'll probably go through rain, tornadoes, winter, summer, spring, fall all at the same time in just a day. Let's see. They had master engineers. The Tenochtitlan had adequate causeways and canals and urban planning rivaling European cities of the time. So the Romans the Romans didn't have shit on on their cities and their plannings. Okay, just know that them niggas came over and they stole that concept and went back over there with it, like they stole everything else. Mm. Um, I wanted to get more into the cacao beans.
Yeah, there is so interesting because they were so developed. Like they had city states, they had egalitarianism. Montezuma the second, man's had a whole reigning period where they had like the area divided into provinces. They didn't have like feudalism per se, but they did have to they had did have like a tax system.
Montezuma. Oh, there's a city in Georgia named that, isn't it?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they had mail, they had messenger services. That's fire. That's so cool to learn.
Okay, I see him with his gauges in his chin and in his nose and his earrings. Okay,
I love a man with gauges.
Montezuma the second, right? Uh-huh. Yeah, we know gauges and nose rings.
Gauges and nose rings.
Oh Lord, they killed that man.
Yeah, he was the ruler during the Spanish conquest, right?
Yeah.
Which okay, so according to Britannica, let's talk about it, I guess.
You said Bartanica.
So Hernan Cortez pulled up on millions of people with 500 soldiers and somehow won. I don't know.
They murdered his ass though.
Uh,
Um,
Montezuma suspected that Cortez was a returning god. He was a skillful leader and he had superior arms. So they had the crossbows, the muskets, and all that stuff like that, the horses and the dogs and stuff. So, like, seeing them, it was just like, ooh, who are these? This got to be a god. We never seen no niggas like this before. They took advantage of it, and then because they had so many like captured people, um, they took advantage of the captured people and kind of like manipulated their anger and helped them turn against the Aztecs as well. And then they also had smallpox. That was a big one too. They brought a lot of their diseases over here and it got a lot of people sick. But millions is crazy.
Millions, yeah. They were putting them on blankets, right?
Yeah, but like you talking about millions of people to your little 500. Like how many slaves did this empire have to where y'all was able to defeat, like, and everybody know how to fight?
Right. Everybody had to learn how to fight.
That
Mm-hmm.
don't make sense to me. You might have destroyed the area they were residing in, but I highly doubt you completely got rid of the people. That don't even make sense. That's so dumb. That's dumb. That's like somebody saying, "Yeah, we came over to America. It was 500 of us, and we killed everybody, my nigga. We killed all of New York City. We killed all of New York City. We just got everybody with us 500. Like, I don't think so, buddy. You're not
Right.
going to New York acting like that and getting up out of there. You're not. Between the police officers, the different whoever's and all the groups they got out there, nigga, they Hebrew Israelites alone. You not going out there just doing whatever you want. So I don't believe that motherfuckers that was decapitating niggas every day is just like, yeah. Even if there are some people in New York that hate
Hey,
America,
Shy.
yeah, we don't like it here neither. Hey, Shy, we don't like it here neither. I still don't foresee that.
Girl, they said that the Spanish Tlaxcalans and reinforcements returned a year later on August the 13th of 1521 to a civilization that had been weakened by famine and smallpox. So they came over, spread their little smallpox, left. I'm listening, catching the vibe. Okay, thank you, Shy. Came back to check to see if the smallpox was killing their ass. So they can overthrow them and take over.
That seems like what they doing now. Let me see.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that little seasoning I put on y'all on the chemtrails is killing y'all.
Right. Exactly.
We don't
The
die.
Spanish conquest. They love to call some shit a conquest.
They didn't request anything.
Conquest.
Well, yeah,
Well,
their idea
conquest is
of
correct. To
winning
take
is just
control of something through force. Conning on their quest.
but I think they be lying when they say like they killed everybody. Like they're
They do be lying.
like, yeah, like we're legit like prisoners of war. All y'all did was go to the Capitol and put y'all flag there.
For sure.
That's not the same as like getting rid of a people. So why they
Well,
tell
they're gonna write you out in history. They're gonna say that they killed you. They always gonna do. They always gonna write you out.
this
What
is
was that? Oh, your goal was achieved. Oh, okay.
yeah, thank you.
It scared me. Oh, now you need stars. Okay. But yeah, they're always going to write you out in history and say that you died or whatever and something like that. There's no more of y'all left. Um, who's going to tell the story? Because once we remix your history and rewrite it, yeah, we rewrite it. I mean, who's to say it's not so? And then we're gonna dominate your educational system.
Right. They kill
Mm-hmm.
everyone of value, everything and everyone that resists, no one else to conquer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what if these fake Indians they were natives, but like they were like the slave tribe, and niggas was like, well, if y'all agree that these motherfuckers never existed, we'll let y'all stay and be Indians here.
Yeah, that's what exactly what they did. How you think we got $5 Indians?
That's crazy work.
You got $5 Indians on these reservations and stuff too.
I also think they're the mixed babies of the Moors and the Europeans, like the Visigoths and stuff. They little mixed babies. They sent them over here.
Hmm. You know how so many of questionable people that be like, yeah, I'm Indian. Like, sir, you look like you come from the backwoods of Alabama.
They're not fake at all. No, I ain't mean us fake. I meant like those $5 Indians.
Yeah. Back during like, okay, they always had the census, right? And who were in charge of the census? In the federal government, United States government, what have you, right? Who there were never Negroes or, people who were you know, originated of the land that were in charge of these census.
Mm-hmm.
And upon looking at a person, you how can you identify their race, right? By their phenotype or what have you. All right.
Yeah.
This is what they did with a lot of the tribes, a lot of the peoples, or whatever. And they wrote you down as being Negro, Negroid, whatever. At some point, if you were like looking like sunshine, you were mulatto or some shit. And that's when, and soon after that, they stopped writing in mulatto and they just put everybody as Negro. Negro, 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 whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or white, 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 whatever. Not in no sense. I don't see anything in the history of the census that says anybody is Native American, Indian, whatever, indigenous. None of that. I've never seen it. Looking all through my family tree, other people's family trees, what have you, you know, and I can only go back so far on my own family tree till I got to my great great grandfather on my grandmother's side, where it says something about the Cherokee, um, something, but it was locked. The information was locked.
Mm.
Um, don't have access to that. You have to pay for more of that. But how the hell y'all have access to this shit and I don't have it? And why I gotta pay for it? You know?
Right. So you got my information now. I gotta like once again. I gotta pay you to get my shit.
Yeah. I gotta pay my way to my freedom because that will how I can be freed from this society under this government denomination.
Mm-hmm.
Um governmental denomination. If I can get access to, saying that I am a native of this land, well, indigenous person of this land, because there's a difference between the Native Americans and indigenous. Um, that's what they like to call themselves, the people who weren't indigenous to these lands. So then that's a whole nother spinoff too.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. My ex-husband family trace roots that show how my children got their cards and their rights. Oh,
That's fire. I'm trying to get mine through my dad's. I don't know too much about my mom's side of the family. My dad's stuck on this African thing right now. Brief intermission.
I mean, I get it because even everybody all over the world will look at us here in America and be like, yeah, you come from Africa or what have you. Because again, looking at our phenotype, looking at our physical features or whatever, that's where they're gonna place us. But how did the Europeans spawn into fucking Europe though? If Africans were there in Europe as well. But where the Europeans had came from? How they just spawned there? And did they come from Africa too? Since everybody was since Pangea was once, all the Earth was once Pangea, and then it all separated or whatever. So were people around then? So people weren't around then when the lands were splitting up. Did the people just hop over to the other to the other side that was splitting up, and this is how we became part of Europe and Asia and what have you? You know, Australia,
Right.
North and South America, Antarctica.
Yes, indigenous
Yeah.
are not the same. You're right.
Mm. They the only indigenous they recognize are the Australians. They don't recognize indigenous of America. Like, okay, Sunshine, you could be New Jersey native. You're born in New Jersey, raised up in New Jersey, blah, 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 blah. But your family roots come from Memphis, Tennessee.
Hmm.
And then whatever tribes were in Memphis, Tennessee, what have you, or Arkansas, because Arkansas is right there, West Memphis, around that area.
Hmm.
Hmm. But people also migrated too, though. Becomes complex.
I, the way it seems like this is where the root side of the family is. Like the different name. No, my dad's side is Florida,
Hmm.
so it's those floors down there. I just gotta dig back enough to start getting those names. Almost there. Just a little intermission.
Yeah, because we hold the names of slave owners, right? That's what they tell us, right?
That's what they told us. But they're actually our names.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Ladybug.
Hey, hey.
I mean, because you know how many times I hear people be like, "Yeah, I'm Irish, but you're born in America, you grew up in America, blah 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 blah." But your family roots you can trace back to Ireland, and you still claim that you're Irish, or whatever. You ain't ever stepped foot or saw Ireland a day of your damn life, but you know that you're Irish, though, right? Hmm. And then other people be like, "Oh, they're German." Oh, somebody got money.
Thank you.
And then I just find that interesting, that well, that's people who want to claim their roots in other places or whatever. But how long do you have to have how many generations do you have to go through in order to properly or have to to be acknowledged that you are that you are a person of that land? Like, because even in Europe and other countries, like, people migrated all the time and settled there, and then they became those people, and they named the lands after those specific people, or that country after those specific people, or what have you.
Right, like the family after.
Hmm.
Mm. I don't know. It makes today make so much more sense, and it makes today not seem that far apart from this period of time.
Yeah, I don't think it's that far back as what they say it is.
Like as far as like culture goes and actions and like it was just like so much it was so much energy put into like convincing us these people were like so primitive, like all they did was play with chisel and stone, and that ain't it at all. And so it's like how much of what
Thank
we
you.
because they always say like, oh no, America got this from Germany and they got this from Spain and they got this from the Arabs and da da da, and that could be like true as well, but they have taken so much away from the Native American and with the well, not the Native American, but like what the tribes have done that they took. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
Hmm.
all this credit given to that side of the world.
Yeah.
Because they quick to say something came from the Arabs or something came from the Europeans or the Black Europeans or Africans or we took this from the Egyptians. Da, da, da. But it's like, I don't know, because we had zero, baby. We had zero. Our agriculture wasn't just on the sun. We knew the calendar and the rotation of Venus was attached to agriculture. Who else had the intellect to know that Venus ruled over plants? Who
Mm-hmm.
used Venus instead of the sun?
Yeah.
Like, no. Like people of today still don't know how to use Venus over the sun or with the sun to do agriculture because Venus moves a little bit faster than the sun. So you would want to get like a little bit of head start on like different seasonal things.
Mm.
Like they intertwine a lot, but the way Venus moves a little different. So that's a and then like learning about how they had like provinces and they had a court system and they had layers levels to court and they had a bureaucracy like this the what's that Montezuma what's his name
Montezuma.
Montezuma he created a bureaucracy system and they had taxes and all that stuff like that. Sounds like what we kind of doing today. I don't know.
Yeah.
Giving too much credit to the people overseas. Also, history.com, they like to get into the details of the war, especially when they claim like conquistadores came and conquered things. So when they get into it, Cortez actually got his wife, married a woman that knew how to speak to the Mayans and the Aztecs, and brought her over with his soldiers and his horses and shit. And so initially, they were trying to communicate they were communicating with like the slaves and the people who did not like the Aztec warriors. Aztecs weren't very liked because it kept kidnapping. So they were talking to them, and then it was easy to persuade them to help. Um, this man was so dedicated to winning that he set all his ships on fire so they couldn't leave.
Oh
And
my
then
God. That sounds like me.
they were trying to get Montezuma to, I guess, bend at the knee. Shouts to Game of Thrones. And he was like, nah, fuck that. And he tried to buy them off or whatever, especially when he saw that, like, people that, their empire has pissed off is kind of going against them too. But they were like, nah, fuck that. At one point, they started fighting. There is, they claim they killed Montezuma, but that is not verified. Like, there is no body. But naturally, his brother became the emperor thereafter. And then it was at that time that Montezuma, they had little battles within the provinces, and eventually they captured him and he was executed.
So the brother had him quote unquote killed.
Did the brother have him killed? No, the brother was the one that got captured. They claim they killed the Montezuma during the first battle, and then the brother was a successor, and then I mean, that would be a crazy clip.
Well, he was stoned. The Montezuma was stoned. They say it was stoned by soldiers,
Also, it was official.
and then the Spaniards said that he was stabbed.
Mm.
Hmm.
Apparently, he knew he was coming because, according to his calendar and his god, there was some reeds coming from the other side to take over. They had it in their calendar.
Yeah, so it was written already.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I had missed anything in my notes.
So it wasn't really like they killed all the people as much as it was they just got people to surrender.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Like what the French did with the Irish. They breed with their women. You say you can't kill them, breed them. That was from a movie I watched one time.
They do be
Kill
having
most of the men and you breed out
these
the women.
islands. I mean, they still do. They still got a bunch of breeding farms. Now they heavy on this interracial dating stuff. They be showing all over TV.
Oh
And if you're
yeah.
not into interracial dating, you're the problem.
Yeah, I remember I once seen somebody make a comment like, let's all interrace have interracial relationships and have children until we have one race. Like, what you think race that gonna be? What is gonna be?
Confused with a bunch of deformities. I got into like blood type more than race, and not all blood types are supposed to be procreating with one another. And that's when you
Right.
start getting into the deformities and disabilities and all that stuff, and stillborns and miscarriages and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it.
Oh, which makes me think about it. Maybe.
I'm a little bit of a Darwinist. Not with everything. I don't agree with nothing everybody says because that's not. But when it comes to like the Punnett square and survival of the fittest, I'm here for it. And there's just certain genotypes that I would like for my children to have. That's it. That's it. That's all. There's just certain genotypes I would like in the person that I procreate with. Their mentality don't always be 100, but we got them genes, baby.
You can't get nothing else. Hey.
Thank you. Oh, they also have raised bed gardens too, which is pretty cool.
No.
Yeah. They had raised beds. They knew how to put like the woven thing, sheet situation down to like plant on top of stuff. Um, they did have a lot of like back and forth between their city states, like city state, like civil war or being on the edge of civil war was like a regular thing. Oh, okay. So they were polygamous, and the kings took on multiple wives as gifts or tributes from their political allies. And the polygamous unions yielded dozens of potential heirs. And of course, with the heirs, everybody wants the throne. Um, so it's kind of hard to pick an heir when you keep having babies with a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because all them kids do not need to be on the throne.
No. Too many hands in the pot. So for those that use polygamy for nation building, good luck. You're gonna really have to split up that estate. We hope your kids know how to share.
Which they don't.
Nobody, no, everybody wants something for themselves, which is, you know, why not? Why not want something for yourself? Like, yeah, we can share stuff, but sometimes it gotta be something for me too. Y'all want like 20, 30 kids because y'all want a nation built, but y'all ain't got 20, 30 things in y'all estate. That's crazy work. Some of them kids is gonna go without, or they're gonna be in the shadow, or they're gonna be serving like how Jacob had all his brothers serving him, like how he had in his dream and shit.
For sure.
So because yeah, that was a lot through the city states. I like this piece of art too. I thought this was fire because it had like thought. Too. I thought this was fire because it had like thought behind it. Like, oh, Nat, this is what we was doing. Aztecs.
Like different layers
Yeah, I like
of
that.
yourself.
Yeah, fire. Um, Yeah, so that caused a lot of civil wars. You know, different people. Like my mom is from this province, and your mom is from that province, and I want the military back in the throne for my mom's province, and you want it for yours. And so now our towns are fighting back and forth because they're like, this person should be the heir this for our province, and that person should be the heir for that province. So that was like a big thing.
Indeed.
They used to sacrifice virgin maidens too. That was another thing.
Oh God.
Of course, it had to,
I would have just lost my
it can be
virginity just to
criminals.
save my life.
It can be criminals and slaves all the time.
Yeah, let's get a virgin. Someone who's pure still. Well, at least, did it? Well, I didn't see where they said they sacrifice children. I didn't see
No,
that.
I didn't see that either.
So that's good because I don't like the sacrificing of children. Oh, hold on, a virgin. Did
Oh
they
no,
say a virgin maiden?
they take kids. They used to use terror as a weapon to keep rebellious city states in line. Because you figure that is a big empire they're trying to keep. So they would like go through the different towns sometimes and just kill a handful of people, just to keep niggas on their toes.
Not okay. So we're gonna have a drive by.
Yeah, pretty. I would like to get into the history of weaponry a little bit more
The
because
Europeans and the Chinese made the weapons. The end.
okay, so it wasn't like a Moorish invention.
Girl, they ain't never said nowhere in the history of niggatism that niggas made weapons. We just have all that shit. We just happen to have
Where
all the
of
weapons.
that kind of weapon come from? Like how you go from all these different kind of swords to a firearm? That's a big ass leap.
That's an unfair fight.
Oh, very much so. That's why niggas thought they was magicians. I want to know how they got there.
Like, I need something to explode and pierce through a man's skin without me being super close to him.
Well,
Because
how did your mind even get to wanting that? Like we had swords.
they don't want to do the physical warrior work. Niggas
Yeah,
was getting fat and lazy.
it's a big ass thought on laziness. So much effort.
Yeah, it's getting to where they want convenience to they call it convenience, but it's really taking out all the necessary steps, you know, to make it a fair fight, a hard fair fight, a test of your endurance, stamina, ability, strength, agility. No, we can just shoot you.
Damn, soon as the conquistadores did what they did, they handed niggas the Bible. They taught them how to read the Roman alphabet, so the Aztec noblemen could read the Bible.
Indoctrination.
Mm.
As soon as we defeat you, we're going to indoctrinate you. Now you have to worship our God.
And they do have collective writings because the same noblemen would take stories from the storytellers and write them down. So where's it at?
Mm.
Oh, and one of the corrections that this author wrote was people didn't immediately agree with the Spanish to go against the Aztecs. They actually fought against the Spanish first. the Tlaxcalans, they were rivals of the Aztecs, and they fought with the Spanish for about a week before they decided to just go along. So it wasn't like the Spanish came and was like, "Hey," and they were like, "Hey." They actually fought them too, and then they were like, "Well, it makes we would survive better if we align with them and just go against the Aztecs. We don't like the Aztecs anyway." I mean, we got guns now. Try that shit today, nigga. That's all I got. God has left me again.
I'm not left. I'm right here.
Oh, it say pause.
Oh, I was responding. That's all I got too. I mean, I don't.
It's another nice picture. I like this one. I like the shadow work that the statue got going on too. That's kind of fire.
It is nice. I like their cheekbones.
Yeah. This is also the area where they were. Like, South Mexico, Central America.
Mixed tech. Y'all niggas made that shit up.
Mixteca. Yeah, they be making shit up. Got some pyramids.
Yeah, nice.
Heads was rolling down the ground.
Yeah, they definitely AI'd that one.
Yeah, they did. It's okay.
Hmm.
This was a cool episode. I fucked with the Aztecs. They was cool. They didn't play no games.
I like that they had justice. They had they enforced. They believed in education, even though they don't think that your ass could. You have to have education that you think that you're gonna be able to learn this religion and shit though, because you ain't. You can't. You have to be a warrior. Yeah, they were malicious because you had to go through training or whatever and been a great warrior in order to gain access to leadership and religion.
That's for dog.
Hmm. I like that they mentioned their women were key in the roles. Thank you, Riot. I like that they were stylish. They were scientific. They were engineers. They had personality.
Yeah. I'm here
Mm.
for the food. They had food. And you
They
know
had flavor.
they had
Yeah.
flavor. They had flavored beverages. It seemed like a very when it came to the arts, they was there. Like I like their sculptures. I love the colors. I love the colors. The
Mm.
clothing was fly. The shoes. Seems like there's a lot of effort put into footwear down in this area.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I truly believe in bloodline information and bloodline mannerism. And do we not give a fuck about shoes today?
We do.
We do, very much so. Whether you into name brands or not, we give a fuck about what's on your feet. My mom always told me, look at a man's shoes. So, that was cool. The hair braiding thing, I know that was like a minor detail, but I thought that was very interesting because whenever they wanted to pick the Native American in the books or whatever, they always do the two braids going down, but actually that's not where their hair was actually the complete opposite. It's very interesting. Um, yeah, I'm big on the arts. I love the way everybody dress, the crystals, the metals. Those are my go-to. It just seemed like a very flawed empire. They just was mean as shit.
think they were mean?
I mean, if you gotta go through city to city and do some Ramsey shit like every now and then, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy to me. Like, was that necessary?
Yeah. Let
And
y'all know we
then,
ain't soft over here. That's probably what happened with the. That's probably what happened. They probably clashed with the Olmecs. At
yeah,
some point in history. Yeah,
yeah,
they probably
like
clashed
there's
with
pieces of
them.
art that my phone did not download where they were
Mhm.
like, the Jaguar covered people are
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
all, and there is some back and forth art between the bird dressed people, which are the Aztecs, and the Jaguar. I did see some of
Right. And then they wearing jaguar skin on their feet.
that. Disrespect.
Mhm. Yeah.
I felt the disrespect. I ain't even from there.
Right.
Why my shit on your feet, bro?
Right. They didn't utilize any rubber. Doesn't say.
No, it doesn't. But the Mayans did. That's who the Olmec traded with. No, I don't recall seeing anything about rubber. I recall just seeing like a lot of their shoes was more so cloth. You know what they spun like that. And then like I'm definitely using this empire as a basis for polygamy gone wrong. The next nigga that tell me that he's in a polygamy for nation building, bringing up the Aztecs.
Yeah, because nigga, stop it. Just say you want to have an open relationship.
Let me stop you right there, brother.
If you want to
Aztecs.
have an open relationship, just say that. But you're not going to have an open one with me. I like my legs closed to open relationships.
Respect.
Just let's just be single and let's just mingle with other people. Then, if you want to have an open relationship,
Depends on where Mercury is at. I might be with it for 30 days. And then I'm not.
if I'm married to you, you can forget about it.
Yeah, if I'm married to you and we've already created a foundation on something, I don't foresee me being with the shit coming to me with shit like that. If anything, yeah, I'd probably leave you just for asking me that. Because that's not cool. I don't even know why you thought that was a safe space for that shit. Um,
Hmm.
but again, I'm very mutable. I'm very mutable, so we'll see. I just be doing shit.
I don't think I'm so mutable. I think I'm kind of strict. Maybe a little too strict on myself. I be restricting myself a lot.
You might keep
Restricting and
you
restraining.
know,
Hmm?
That Capricorn moon is crazy work.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, it changed the game. I'm a Virgo moon. My Virgo moon is way softer and put up with bullshit than the Capricorn moon, bro. I put up with bullshit. You be
Yeah.
like, no, no. Did you block him yet? No, no. I'm like, but he's a nice guy. Like, no, no.
Nah, he thinks you playing with him. Shit. He thinks you about to keep playing with him. I just know from experience, that's all.
I respect it. I
Hmm.
always.
Hmm.
I just don't always listen because I'm still a little hard. It is what it is. That's Leo in
It's all right.
me.
I mean, I guess that's the Leo in me too, somewhere. I
Put
guess.
it in consideration, especially when it backfires. I'm like, dang, I can't even tell Goddess about this shit. It's gonna be crazy.
You know what? It's a few of my girls who don't want to tell me about shit. You know what I'm saying? And and I think that's a Virgo trait too, cause shit, we can tell everybody else what to damn do, but when it comes to something happening to us, like we gonna be quiet about it.
I'm be quiet as hell. You'll never know.
Hmm.
Or I might tell you in a hindsight conversation once it's funny to me.
Uh-huh. Right.
I'm
Like
good for
after I
that
got over
shit.
that shit, like you remember 2 years ago how that nigga tried to play in my face? Yeah. Oh, you didn't know that? Oh, girl, let me catch you up to speed on what I
Let
went
me tell
through.
you a story.
Yeah, I was suffering in silence.
Well, if you guys aren't doing anything, we about to move over to Meet Me. I don't want to. I don't want to drag this episode out too long because I do have to download these and edit them and then put them up on our YouTube page for people that weren't here to see us live. I appreciate you guys for tapping in. That's talking about the Aztecs. Who? Okay, hold on. Who do we
Yeah,
have?
appreciate y'all. Hey, Big AD.
Um, Hold on a second, guys. Let me tell you guys about the next episode for next Thursday. Next Thursday is
Thank
the
you. How you doing,
7th of
handsome?
August. It is the day before the Lionsgate, which is fun.
Oh, the Lionsgate. Oh
Or
shit.
the what do you call it? The Peak Lionsgate Peak.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about the matrilineal Cherokees next Thursday. Ooh.
Okay. All right. Cherokee tribe, stand the fuck up.
Hey. So y'all tune in with us next Thursday. We're gonna chat about Cherokees. If anybody's interested in being a guest, y'all got some information or whatever, let us know. You're more than welcome to.
Yeah, we
Or
definitely love the guests. We definitely love guest appearances, opinions, facts,
yes.
presentations, what have you.
Be shy. We do appreciate you guys that have been commenting in the comments with the information. My apologies if I overlooked any comments, but it was in my intentions to read everybody's comments and give energy to you guys. We appreciate you for giving us your energy.
Indeed, we do.
And yeah, we're gonna clock out.
All right, y'all. Till next time, we'll see you.
Peace, peace.
Peace, peace.